Hey, what's going on, guys? So this is going to be our last review from that tackle warehouse order that we placed for all those lipless crankbaits, and it's going to be on the Rapala or the Rattlin Rap. As you can see, it actually says Rattlin Rapala on the box there. So, but most people know it as the Rattlin Rap. It's kind of an old school crankbait. Goes back before they came out with all of the cool features that they came out with some of the new crankbaits nowadays, but still a very versatile, effective crankbait that you can still use, and you can pick it up for fairly cheap on Rapala's website. They have it for $5.19, and on Tackle Warehouse they have it for $3.99. So inexpensive crankbait, and they come in some cool colors too. So let's check it out. Alright guys, so if we go to Rapala's website, they actually show 4 different sizes. Tackle Warehouse only carries 2, but on Rapala's website they actually say that they have 4 different sizes. They've got a RNRO4, they have a 05, a 07, and a 08. They don't have a 06. They may have had a 06 at some point, but according to the website, they don't have it anymore. The one that we have in front of us is the 07. So starting from the smallest, the 04 has a length of 1.5 inches, a weight of 3/16 of an ounce, variable depth, sinking lure. And then the 05 has a length of 2 inches, a weight of 3/8 of an ounce, variable depth, sinking lure. Then the one that we have in front of us, which is the 07, like I said, there's no 06. The 07 has a length of 2 3/4 inches, a weight of 1/2 ounce, and variable diving depth, sinking lure. And then the large one, which is the 08, has a length of 3 1/8 inches, a weight of 3/4 of an ounce, variable depth, sinking lure. So they've got several different sizes to fit all your needs apparently. So go ahead and show you guys our comparison up against an XR50. This crankbait, as far as the Rattlin Rap is concerned, is a longer, more slender crankbait. So it's not going to have, I guess it does have that shad profile, but when you compare it up against like an XR50 or some of the more modern crankbaits like the Rip Rap, it just almost seems more like a minnow profile, just because it's the height of it. It's a little bit shorter in height, and it's much longer. So in fact, we'll go ahead and show you our measurement here right now. From the ring to the nose, it is just over 3 inches. So they're saying it's 2 3/4 inches on the body length, and this says it's over 3 inches. And if you take out that ring, it's about 2 7/8 inches. So again, I mean, there's quite a disparity in what they're actually saying at that 2 3/4. I mean, that's pretty big. And again, this says this is the RNR7. So this is that 1/2 ounce size. So this isn't the large one that they have there, but I mean, that's almost a 1/4 of an inch, over a 1/4 of an inch disparity in what they're actually claiming on their website. So anyway, here's what the rattle sounds like. Just kind of a moderate, sub-moderate sound. Here's the XR50. So, on the water, it's definitely not the most aerodynamic lure as far as casting is concerned. When you throw it out there, you'll probably lose quite a bit of distance just because the way it flies through the air. If you'll notice where the line tie is on this crankbait, because of the crankbait being so long this way, and because of the fact that the line tie is not more up here, it's actually more back here for reasons, I'm sure, to keep the action on the crankbait, probably for better vibration or whatever. But they have it more pushed back towards the center of the crankbait, kind of like a Cotton Cordell or a Bill Lewis. And those crankbaits, all 3 of those crankbaits, are definitely not going to be the best casting lures just because of the way that they fly through the air. So again, it's a lipless crankbait, and it's going to cast very well compared to a lot of the other lures that are out there. So I wouldn't really be too concerned with that. But it's a inexpensive crankbait, so what are you going to expect is the way I look at it. So the features of the crankbait are pretty cool. I'm not going to go over the finish just yet, but you can see that they have a fin on the top of it. They come with these black chrome VMC or black nickel VMC hooks, which is something that I really like when you buy a Rapala crankbait, because you get these really fantastic, in my opinion, these fantastic hooks that they can just come with standard. So it's got a circle split ring on the top. Now about the finish of the crankbait, you can see this one has that water slide transfer decal on it, so it has that ultra realistic bluegill look to it. So I mean, just all the detail that's hidden in that, just because of the fact that it's a decal that's on there. So you can see there's really no raised gill plate about it or anything. I mean, there's a little bit of a raised quality here, but it's just, I think that's just the design of the actual crankbait. I don't think it's much of a gill plate raising as it is just a design of the actual body of the crankbait. You can see there's no three-dimensional eye or anything like that. Everything is just kind of molded into the crankbait. You can see that the top of it is dished out a little bit to help it catch water and create or promote more vibration on it. So the crankbait can be fished fast or slow. It does well at a high speed retrieve or a slow speed retrieve. So, and you're still going to get the nice vibration. It has a really nice fall to it. Has some wobble to it on the way down. So, and it has more of that just moderate fall to it. And I really do actually like the rattles. The rattles are, even though they're not as loud as some of the other crankbaits that you're going to find out there, the sound is distinctive. Now, all the crankbaits across the board are going to have their own distinctive pitch and frequency to them, but the ones that catch fish are going to be the ones that you're going to want to replicate, I guess. But this one just does, it does really seem to have a nice pitch and a nice frequency to it. As far as that was something that caught me while I was fishing with it out there. I just thought that, man, that really does have a nice frequency to it. So go ahead and go over the colors here. Let's see. They have a bunch of these water slide transfer decal versions. I mean, where this one is just kind of like that painted bone color. This one, the baby bass, all the shads, the red craws, all of those style baits are going to be that water slide transfer decal version, where it's just a decal that's kind of over the bait and it has a lot of detail to it. So as you would guess, this one's called bluegill. It's got kind of a dark emerald green on the top and an orange mouth there and a white belly, and obviously it's a bluegill. So go ahead and focus on it. This one's called bluegill. Let's see, this next one here is called bone orange belly. If you hold it off to the side, you can kind of see a faint scale pattern. That scale pattern is something that's painted on there, I suppose. I don't think that this is a water slide transfer decal bait. You can see where it's only on the top third of the bait there. So, and it's not on the top of the bait at all. I mean, it's only on the profile of the bait there on the side of the bait. So it's got a shad dot, and then, like the name suggests, it has an orange belly. So this one is called bone orange belly. Alright guys, so I wish I had more to say about this crankbait. There really isn't a lot to be said about it. I mean, it's kind of an old school crankbait. A lot of people have these crankbaits. They're really inexpensive now. I'm hoping that Rapala doesn't phase them out. I mean, they're just so popular, and a lot of people have them, and a lot of people have had such great success with them that I hope that I hope that Rapala decides to keep them. So really cool crankbait and really inexpensive at $4. So you really can't beat it, especially with the nice hooks that it comes with, and it's a performer. I mean, they catch fish. So if you guys like the video, hit the like button. I really appreciate that, and stay tuned for a different video altogether. We're going to be moving into away from the lipless crankbait reviews and going into some topwater hollow body frog reviews and some topwater hardbait reviews again, like we did last year. So just kind of moving towards that summertime. I guess summertime fishing techniques is what I'm moving towards. So we're going to see a lot more topwater reviews. There are going to be some more lipless crankbait reviews that I want to do. Like I said, there's going to be like 3 more that I want to do. And I'm going to be fitting in some soft plastic reviews that I use. So I'm going to be reviewing some of that stuff. I'm also going to review the rods that I use. So that's going to be something that it's been a long time coming, and I've been always changing out my rods. And but anyway, I don't want to ramble on about this. But anyway, we have a lot of stuff coming. If you guys want to check out my Facebook page, I'm always updating stuff on there about what I'm doing. So if you guys haven't checked that out, go over there and check it out. It's on my channel page. There's a link to it. Just go over there and check it out. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you soon.